We are doing weighted stretches for the hips. And in particular, we are working on stretching the hip flexors, that's iliopsoas and rectus femoris, and then hip extensors, the hamstrings and glutes. I want you to keep in mind as you do this first that most of us feel like we're tight in the hamstrings. And you might be, but you also might feel really tight in the hamstrings because you're tight in your hip flexors, and that tightness in the hip flexors will tilt your pelvis forward and put a stretch on those hamstrings. So those hamstrings might not really be tight, they might just be getting a stretch from the tightness in the front. So stretching those hip flexors will release some of that tension. Also keep in mind that you may have normal flexibility and you don't need to increase your range of motion. What you can do with this though is really focus on getting strength throughout that range of motion. As we work out, particularly with weights and body weight exercises, as we get fatigued, we tend to shorten that arc of motion. And so really making sure that you're going through your full range and getting strong at those end ranges where we kind of slack off as we get fatigued can be helpful and make you stronger. So let's start. I have this thing here for balance. You can put your hand on a wall. You definitely want, for this first one, you want your right hand on something so that you're not focusing on balance, you're able to focus on the stretch. And you're going to have one weight. You choose what you want for the weight, and you can do this unweighted, of course. Just using body weight is effective as well. So get yourself set up so that your feet are pointing the same direction and your upper body is tilted slightly, leaning slightly forward so you're not arched through the back. At the same time though, I want you to tuck your pelvis under, and that's going to really stretch iliopsoas and rectus femoris, those hip flexors. We're doing 2 for practice and 4 for real. Here we go, drop down and come up. So adjust as you need to. Most of us need to, if you're tilting forward, you need to, if you're lunging forward as you come down, you need to move that back foot farther back. So down again and up. Okay, 4, nice and slow. Down, tuck your rear end under, feel the stretch on the front, and come back up. 3 more, and back up, down, and up, and last one, down, and up. Keep in mind as you're doing this, you need flexibility at the knee joint and the ankle. So if you're having problems getting low, you have to determine whether it's coming from your hip or possibly your ankle or knee and stretch accordingly. So tuck your hip under, and we're doing our 2 practice. Down and up. Adjust your feet as needed. 1 more practice. And up. And here we go, 4 for real. Down. And up. 3 more. And last one. Down slow. And up. Okay. Now we will work on on stretching the hamstrings with a deadlift. You can do this without weights, or with whatever weight you prefer. Heels underneath the hips. Toes are pointing pretty much forward. Chest is lifted. You're sliding down and then sliding back up. So nice and slow. Down and up. So it's a hamstring stretch, not a low back stretch. So keep your back flat. Here we go. Here's our 4. 4. And up. 3. And up. Knees are just a little bit bent, so you're not locked out there. 2. And the last one. Nice and low. And up. You can use these weighted stretches as a type of interval training during your workout. So as you're going along with your regular tempo work, take a minute or two and do these weighted stretches. Get full range, get strength towards the end ranges that you may not be hitting with your regular workout, and then move back into your regular tempo work. It's an excellent way to get stretching done while you're working out.